the need for stronger local leadership, greater accountability, and sustained citizen participation to address challenges in the country. We have details of these and many more coming your way. Do stay. Well, thank you so much for staying with me. Let's move on to a first story. And the Minister for Tourism, Creative Arts and Culture, Jafar Ablagamashi, says government is taking steps to revive the Marine Drive Tourism Development Project with a renewed focus on transparency, investor engagement and speedy implementation. Speaking during the Government Accountability Series, the minister said government has reconstituted and integrated a new board to facilitate implementation of the project.
Since assuming office, I think this has been the biggest headache I've had in assessing what we have inherited, the Marine Drive project. I have directed a focused push to rejuvenate the project with the following key interventions. We first convened a stakeholders meeting on the project in June 2025 as part of efforts to gain a comprehensive understanding of the project's status. The meeting brought together key stakeholders to provide detailed briefings on the project's scope, progress made, challenges encountered, and outstanding issues requiring attention. Through the engagement, we sought to review earlier decisions, assess implementation timelines, and identify practical steps needed to advance the project in line with Ministry's broader tourism development agenda while ensuring continuity, accountability, and effective coordination among all parties involved. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, remember this was started under JM1, and JM1 being that his first term in office. We then reconstituted and inaugurated the AMDEL board. It's now chaired by my deputy, Honorable Yusuf Jaja. Additionally, a steering committee has also been constituted to facilitate the speedy implementation of the project. I have tasked the new board to ensure discipline, transparency, measurable results as core criteria of delivery, and act swiftly on strategic decisions, public-private partnerships, and investor engagements. I started the investor engagement myself when I joined His Excellency the President in the London Business Week to pitch to the business community that we do have this facility ready. Emphasis is placed on aligning implementation of the project with national priorities, streamlining regulatory approvals, and re-anchoring clear oversight within the ministry.
Moving on, the New Patriotic Party is demanding immediate action against individuals allegedly linked to the bribery case involving former Goldman Sachs banker and former Tema Oil Refinery Managing Director Asante Kweku Bekom. The party says the government must act on evidence emerging from the United States investigations rather than launch another investigation into the matter.
Should be sufficient to trigger action against individuals named in the case.
Okay, so we'll bring you that story later. Let's move on. The Ghana Scholarship Authority has defended its ongoing oath of affirmation and scholarship validation exercise for Ghanaian PhD students and in the United Kingdom, insisting that the exercise is lawful and does not impose any obligations on the students. Let's take more on this.
The authority, in a statement released on Monday, August 10, 2026, said the exercise does not impose any new conditions on beneficiaries, stressing that recipients of government scholarships have always been required under their scholarship bonds to return to Ghana within 2 months of completing the approved programs of study. The Ghana Scholarship Authority also dismissed concerns that it was applying new requirements retrospectively. It said the terms of existing scholarship bonds had not been altered or varied, adding that the current exercise was only to reaffirm those obligations and ensure that beneficiary records maintained accurate and up-to-date. On no objection letters issued to some beneficiaries seeking to take advantage of the UK graduate route, the authority said the letters were issued at the request of individual beneficiaries who wanted to gain post-study professional experience under the applicable 2-year graduate route visa arrangement. However, the authority stressed that the letters did not cancel, waive or amend the scholarship bond. According to the authority, the graduate route could provide beneficiaries with additional professional skills and experience that may contribute to Ghana's human capital development. The authority also acknowledged concerns over delays in the payment of tuition fees and stipends. It said it was engaging the Ministry of Finance and other relevant institutions to facilitate the settlement of outstanding payments.
Now let's move on. The Minister of State for Climate Change, Alhaji Baba Salifu, has begun a nationwide dialogue on climate change focused on formulating policies to mitigate the negative impact of climate change. In the northern region, the minister called on all citizens to get on board to ensure all policies are accepted and implemented holistically.
Hub be formed, with units at all local assembly levels, adding that a proper funding should also be made a priority.
Climate change is no longer a distant environmental concern. There is an economic, social, and developmental challenge that affects livelihood, food systems, water security, and infrastructure across our country. The northern region is no stranger to the harsh realities of climate threats. Unpredictable rainfall, prolonged dry spells, flooding, land degradation, and increasing pressures on natural resources are all challenges that have significant implications for agriculture, public health, local economies, and the well-being of our communities.
Speaking of the district, municipal and metropolitan chief executives spoke to the media, expressing their appreciation for the initiative and their readiness to roll out measures in their respective assemblies to ensure the smooth implementation of programs that will help in combating the issue of climate change.
One has to do with environmental degradation. You realize that at the district level, because of farming activities, people are now cutting down trees. They are clearing all the trees that we have in our environment. We also have sanitation issues to deal with as far as climate is concerned. And that is why we have witnessed a lot of storm-damaged schools, private properties, and other climate-related damages at the district level.
In our municipality, majority of the people are farmers, and so we will engage the Agri Directorate to see how they will be able to build the capacity of the farmers so that they will do sustainable farming practices instead of just felling down the trees to create space for farming. So when we do that, it will indeed help.
Let's move on now. 3 civil society organizations have called for a lawful national conversation on amending the 1992 Constitution to allow President John Dramani Mahama to seek a 3rd term, saying exceptional times call for exceptional leadership. Speaking at a press conference, Ghanaians for Progress, New Voter Forum, and the Institute of Security and Safety Policy Research said an amendment of the Constitution to give President Mahama a 3rd term will reflect Ghana's maturing democracy.
The real question before Ghana is not simple. Will Mahama contest for the 3rd term? The more important question is, what does the evidence tell us about Ghanaians' democratic institutions, constitutional safeguard, and the performance of the current government? Our democracy cannot be built around personalities. Those trying to push their personal ambitions above the state is not doing good to the country. Our democracy must be built around institutions, constitutionalism, accountability, respect, and the will of the Ghanaian people. President Mahama has publicly rejected the third-term agenda, but in our view, the decision is not for him alone to take. Since his own people are impressing on him to run again, he should welcome the call boldly for the necessary constitutional processes to take place in our collective interest as a people. We respect our constitution. We are therefore calling on Parliament, the councils of state, the judiciary, and the stakeholders to begin an open, lawful national conversation on whether the amendment or provision can be made to allow President Mahama to serve again, given the exceptional circumstances we face. This must be transparent. This must be done transparent with a referendum and with full participation of Ghanaians.
Now, the chiefs and people of the Mefe traditional area and the North Tongue district of the Volta region have celebrated the 70th Afenoto Festival with a call on government not to forget compensations for the victims of the 2023 Akosombo Dam spillage. According to the Manklalo of the Mefe traditional area, although emergency relief was provided to victims of the disaster, the painful reality is that many affected persons are still struggling to rebuild their lives.
The Afenoto Festival is celebrated annually by the chiefs and people of the Mefe traditional area. The festival provides a platform for family reunions, settlement of family disputes, discussions on developmental projects, fundraising for future community development initiatives, as well as promoting community recovery and development. The celebration has also served as an important platform for addressing the challenges confronting the community, particularly following the 2023 Akosombo Dam spillage and the resulting flood disaster. This year's celebration, which marked its 70th edition, brought together chiefs and people of the Mefe traditional area, including thousands of citizens from both home and the diaspora. In his welcome address, the Manklalo of the Mefe traditional area appealed to the government not to forget the victims of the flood disaster caused by the Akosombo Dam spillage.
Today, we respectfully appeal to His Excellency and the government not to forget the people of Mefe. We seek your intervention to support long-term recovery and reconstruction efforts. We need assistance to rebuild homes, restore livelihoods, revive agriculture, improve drainage systems, and strengthen infrastructure that will make our community more resilient against future disasters.
The Member of Parliament for North Tongue and Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, commended the chiefs and the people of the area for their remarkable resilience in building their community following the devastating effects of the Akosombo Dam spillage. The North Tongue MP assured the people that the development of North Tongue would remain a top priority, promising to continue supporting initiatives aimed at improving the living conditions of residents in the community.
I will always remember my roots. I shall never ever abandon North Tongue because this is where it all began. You were the first to believe in me, and I will never ever abandon you. And that is why, despite the demands of national office, being the foreign minister of Ghana, I have never abandoned North Tongue, and I shall never treat my obligations in North Tongue as secondary. I will never ever do that. You remain a priority, and I shall always prioritize the needs of the people of North Tongue.
Meanwhile, Samuel Kejito-Ablakwa has handed over 3,000 monodesks to the North Tong District Education Directorate for onward distribution to schools in the district. The gesture is aimed at promoting quality education in the district.
Some more stories. The Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa, has directed the Minerals Commission to take immediate administrative control of Adamus Resources Limited's mining operations following the official revocation of the company's mining leases, including those in Salma and Akango.
The Ministerial Review Committee set up to evaluate a petition filed by Adamus Resources subsequently upheld the decision to revoke the leases of the mining company after determining that the violations of the company warranted full revocation. Speaking during a working visit to the facility alongside the Minerals Commission to receive a report from the Interim Management Committee, the Minister outlined key priorities for the takeover, placing worker welfare, operational safety and job security at the forefront.
There was a petition and we formed the Ministerial Review Committee to look at it. That work has come to an end. I have concluded as a minister to uphold the revocation. What that means going forward is that the Minerals Commission should with immediate effect take administrative control of this mine. Work with you to ensure that workers are paid and work to make sure that the processing plant is up and running and all the safety issues addressed.
Providing details on the operational challenges facing the mine, the chairperson of the Minerals Commission's Interim Management Committee, Maofemo Ochino, says inspectors from the Environmental Protection Agency detected serious concerns during a site inspection on May 21. She said management therefore decided to shut down operations on June 22 in order to mobilize resources to remove excess water from the dam and ensure its structural stability.
In May, there was a bathymetric survey. It's a survey that we do to estimate how much volume of water as well as the solids in the dam is. And it shows that we could only deposit for 6 months or about where the level is about 1054. So when the rail levels come in and you go to 1053.7, we don't know what is going to progress. So the mine decided to shut down on the 22nd of June in an attempt to mobilize resources to take off the excess water of the dam and to ensure the stability of the dam.
The Ministry of Food and Agriculture has intensified preparations for the 42nd Farmers' Day celebration with a renewed call for corporate Ghana and the general public to support this year's national event scheduled to take place in Sunyane in the Bunu region. The latest boost comes from Oboya Zuma, a company based in Tamale with a branch in Accra, which has donated 10 motorbikes towards the celebration.
The donation adds to an increasing list of contributions received by the ministry, including 20 motorbikes from another company, 3 pickup vehicles and 50-seater bus and a tractor with accessories. The Minister for Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku, assured donors that all items received will not remain with the ministry, but will be distributed directly to farmers across the country to support agricultural production and improve livelihoods.
This company is located in Tamale with a branch in Accra, and they came this afternoon to donate 10 motorbikes towards the celebration. We have expressed our gratefulness to them for the donation made to us, and we have given them the assurance that the ministry is just serving as a conduit. Everything they have given us will be given to Ghanaian farmers across the country.
He further called on more corporate organizations and members of the public to contribute towards the successful organization of the 42nd Farmers' Day celebration, describing agriculture as a shared national responsibility that requires sustained investment and partnership.
We want every Ghanaian to appreciate the fact that we all survive on food, and food is produced by our farmers. And so if we are able to motivate them, give them the right attention for them to increase food production, we are going to be the ultimate beneficiaries. So we expect every Ghanaian to be part of this process. Expect corporate entities or companies in Ghana to demonstrate interest in agriculture.
Officials say motivating farmers with the right support is critical to increasing food production and strengthening the nation's food security, stressing that every Ghanaian stands to benefit from a thriving agricultural sector.
Well, that's all for the updates. For more news, log on to metrotvonline.com. Desmond the Cricket Dancer is on standby for the rest of the show. Do stay.
The pulse of a nation, rising, unshaken. When the Black Stars take the world stage, we don't just play, we bring the storm. Fuel the dream. Support the Black Stars. Storm Energy Drink. Make your mark. Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600 360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
As the days come and go, there's always shit. Let colleagues explore all the planetary bodies. Our mission is in Uranus to treat hemorrhoids, anal fistula, anal fissure, anal incontinence, hydradenitis suppurativa, using laser Legasure for pain-free and speedy recovery. On Uranus Street, Accra, is Main Tuber Hospital and Coloproctology Center. Trust Uranus with us, and we will delight you. Visit the Main Tuber Hospital today or call us on 0244 581 541.
Madam, I'm looking for Abena.
Abena, there's someone looking for you.
Madam, please, where's Abena?
Abena, yes, ma'am. Is this who you are looking for?
Madam, please get me Abena. Please.
Della, Abena, bra. Abena.
Oh, Abena. If it's not Abena rice, I can't eat any of
Abena rice, and Nijin Kwa. FDA,
in Biggie's house, there's no place to hide. And even when you think no one is watching, the energy can swing in an instant. This BB Naija Season 11, everything burns brighter. Only the biggest moves tip the scale, because nothing is given, but everything is for the taking when the world watches. Will you be be outshined? Or will you step up and take the spotlight? Big Brother Naija Season 11. Showing 24/7 on DSTV Channel 198 and GoTV Channel 49. Headline sponsor, Bet Power.
Yeah.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack. EduPack? Yes, EduPack. A GS-approved and supported initiative for all first-year students going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note: all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES.
Metro TV, Original TV, Original FM, and Metro Digital, under the auspices of the Office of the Chief of Staff, proudly present the Clean Conference 2026 under the theme Assessing Ghana's Progress Towards UN SDGs Agenda 2030. SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation, SDG 7, Clean Energy, and SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. Friday, 21st August 2026, 9 a.m. at the City Conference Hall, University of Ghana, Legon, Accra. With just 4 years to achieve the UN SDGs 2030, how far has Ghana come? The answers begin with one national conversation, the Metro and Original Sanitation Conference, with the Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Debra. The Clean Conference, bringing together government, development partners, traditional authorities, industry players, academia, civil society, young people, and all Ghanaians. Change is not only in conference rooms, so there will be a cleanup exercise on Saturday, 22nd August 2026, also led by the Chief of Staff. Join thousands of volunteers for this massive cleanup exercise across the major streets of Accra. Metro Clean Conference, Wahuni Diema on Mine Tumpong.
Right, welcome back from the break. This is Good Afternoon Ghana on Metro TV. I am Desmond Okrekudanso, and thanks to Natasha for bringing us the news updates. We're on now to be discussing a number of issues that bother us on the development of our nation, and thank you so much for joining us. We are live on Facebook at Metro TV Ghana. Also on DSTV channel 277, we're live on there. YouTube also, we're live there at Metro TV Ghana. Coming up on the show today, we'll be talking about a capacity building for mobile money agents. Very important one, because a number of us do complain about sometimes how they handle customers and all of that, and there's been a capacity building workshop for them. We'll talk about that and other issues regarding the space, issues regarding mobile money agents, deductions and all of that. We'll be talking to the association on the show, and also later we'll get to Agbogboloshi, where we know that the AMA has given traders in the Agbogboloshi market, some time to get off that space to make way for a 24-hour market. This has been met with a lot of reactions. Our team went down to Agbogboloshi. We'll tell you about that, and then we'll get some reactions from a trades group about, really looking at this project that government wants to embark on. Do we have to, sack people, in some instances, demolish a few properties to make way for this 24-hour market? Is that necessary? We will talk about that and among other things right here on the show. So do want to stay with us here on Good Afternoon Ghana. So Peter Ganyo Woleji is Vice President of Mobile Money Advocacy Group, also known as MOMAG. We'll be talking to him, and later we'll also play to you a Vox that we did outside, sought the opinion of some vendors and all of that. Peter, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
How's the association faring?
We're doing very well.
You're good, yeah? Sure. Fantastic. So talk to us about this capacity building and how important this is for the association and its members.
Right. Warm greetings to your viewers and listeners, the executives of Mobile Money Advocacy Group, MOMAG Ghana, and then the members too as well, and all agents in Ghana. This capacity building program is what we usually organize every year in person. Usually we used to have the online one, but every year we used to have one that we do in person. So this is one that we are doing. And it is very important to the members and agents as well, because they need to be raised and educated on these compliance issues, and then how to also increase their profit, and then also how to manage their monies. That is the importance of this capacity building that we are doing. It's tomorrow, that is on the 12th of August, 2026.
Right, you talk about the that it is done almost every year to get to train, to help the agent. What's the target that is set for every capacity building workshop that is done? So let's say last year maybe mobile money fraud was very rife, the news was everywhere. I'm sure it was one of the focuses. What are you looking at this year?
So we are looking at the members and agents being able to comply with Bank of Ghana regulations. Also how to reduce the killings of mobile money agents, and also how to comply with these telcos, just like you mentioned, the charges, and also to increase their profit and commissions. And last year, the target for the attendance was 200, but this year we are looking at 450 to 500, which are fully booked. And mind you, it's not only in Accra; it has been extended to.
Oh, you're doing the workshop across the country.
Across the country. It's not only for agents in Accra, so we have people coming all along from who. Takrady, Takwa, Moti, and all over the country. We have members coming on board.
Who is part, or what's the requirement or qualification to be part of the association? Is it just when you were able to put up an umbrella and say that you started mobile money, or you're looking at a certain threshold, you must have done it for a number of years to be part of the association? What exactly is that?
So the association only registers the owners of the businesses. Not employees. So it's only the rightful owners of the business that we register. So once you've been in the business for the first 6 months, you qualify to register as a member. So you must have your business documents, your Ghana card, and cool. You can register as a member.
Right. And what's been the main problem that is being talked about by agents in this field of work?
I think every agent is talking about commission.
What's the issue with this commission it comes up every time?
Everybody is working for profit. So definitely every agent is looking at making a lot of commissions. That is.
But if you're making a lot of commission, that would be, it means you're getting it off your customers.
Well, it depends. So if I have a lot of volumes, I have a lot of customers walking, I should be able to make a lot of commissions.
Right. That's interesting too. But if you weren't making that money, you wouldn't have a lot of people getting into that business.
It depends. Mostly our profits are just some tokens.
How is it tokens?
It's really tokens. You will not believe it, but it's just some small pennies that we put together to make some huge money.
So on a regular, let's say in a day, what will be the average?
It depends on the venue you are operating from.
So a regular venue that, let's say in the market where you have a lot of people walking and make transactions, at the end of the day, you're making some good money.
It will still depend on cash in and cash out. So if you are doing cash in alone, and you are doing a lot of cash ins, meaning you are going to get a commission at the end of the month. So maybe you can get a cash in commission of maybe 500, 700,000. But if you are doing a lot of cash out, meaning that you are getting a commission on regular basis, on daily basis, which that one too is you can get like 1,000 cedis. So it depends.
Okay. Because as part of this capacity building workshop, what's the association doing about customer service or relations? Because some of your members, a lot of people do complain about them, about how because maybe the customer may not understand, you know, what the policy is like, or a few things that would happen. So it's incumbent on you, the agent, to explain that people have issues with that.
So as part of the capacity building, we are looking at how best the agents will be professional in dealing with customers.
Okay.
So some agents, even though they serve, but are not really good in customer services. So as part of this capacity building, we let them know they need to be professional in dealing with customers. That is why we have our team as amplifying the impact and building a safe, trusted, and profitable agent network. So professionalism also is also part of this capacity building.
Okay. Right. And the issue of fraud is one that will always, you know, come up. And we stepped out to speak to some customers and some vendors on the issue of mobile money fraud. And let's listen to what they had to say.
But it's unfortunate the person didn't succeed because I had a hint of that. Actually, a thing happened that one Saturday morning, a person called that we enter a PIN on a church platform. They are forming a group, so I should just enter a PIN to confirm my name and stuff like that. So after a while, initially I started the process. Then it's dawned on me that this can be a Momo fraud, because if it had been a church activity, the youth president should have called me to at least brief me about it.
People will come that somebody call me. This is somebody call me that I should dial this code, and then when I dial after that, I'll not see the money. So when they come like that with their complaint, I'll tell them that if somebody called them, they shouldn't entertain the person. Just cut the person so that you will not fall into the victim. The whole fraudulent activities come in so many ways. You know, it depends on the approach they will use. So based on that, then you may also take the necessary steps. One that I know very well that they normally that if you realize a transaction is a fraudulent activity, while they are talking to you, put your phone in an airplane mode for like 5 minutes or so, or possibly turn your phone off for some time and then restart it on again. Although also if they turn a fraudster, the more you keep talking to them, they may have their way through you.
I have not experienced the fraud before, but I had a friend who had been in that situation. So I just want to say something a little, just to advise the public. Sometimes you can be there and an unknown number can call you, so that they need some money.
Mobile money agents and customers speaking to us there. When it comes to the fraud, I know the second gentleman who spoke, James, a gentleman who does a number of, I do a lot of transactions with them actually. When it comes to the fraudulent part, have you trained your agents enough for them to understand what institutes that, I mean, for them to be able to anticipate that this is fraud and also be able to share that with the customers who come in when they bring in some of the complaints that that gentleman James was talking about?
Right, so most of the fraud activities are socially engineered. So mostly they call the agents or the customers and try to socially engineer them to transact and then send money to them. When it comes to the education, just like I mentioned, we'll be having this training in person and then online. We usually have the online one, which is every quarter. We educate our members online. And then we have the very big one, which is the in-person one. So mostly we educate them on this fraud issue. But just like I think James or one person mentioned, the fraud comes in different aspects. So you teach them this today, tomorrow you see there is another way, and then we have to learn that and then educate them too as well. I think the recent ones that people or the fraudsters are using now is the change of polythene bags. So they come with you, or they come to send money with you, and then they have the right amount with them in polythene bag. Then they have another one which has one CD on them. So they give you the real money, you count, you are sure it is up to. Then they just make a call of 3 seconds. They come back that, oh, the person I'm sending the money to is not reachable. So you give me the money, then when I get the person, I'll come back to send. So the minute immediately you give the money to the person, just like 5 seconds, he turns back, and then you say, you just send it like that, I'll call the person. So that 5 seconds that he turns about, he has exchanged the money. So he give you the money and you don't count the money, meaning that you have been defrauded.
Wow.
So the fraud comes in different aspects.
Okay.
So once we learn or we know the one that is on board, we educate our members on it, and then they are abreast with it.
Okay. Now, I haven't heard about that one though, but that goes to show how, you know, the fraudsters are using, you know, different ways and means to try and scam people, do people there. The issues of security, we'll get to that also, but still with the fraud part, when an incident like that happens, what have you told your members to do in the first place?
So I think last within the mid-year, we did some presentation to the IGP, where we want to collaborate with the police in various regional sections and then the local sections too as well. So I think the first aspect to be, if the transaction has already been done, to report to the telcos involved. It's MTN, you have to call the helpline for them to, if the money is still in the account, suspend the account. But if the money has been taken away, then I think police is the best option to report to.
Okay. Why do you not make a proposal to the telcos, especially with MTN, as you mentioned, where they're able to, what's the word? Someone can withdraw the money before, I don't know what it is, but
I get it. So the money be in the account for some minutes before.
Yes.
So you know, we had that talk with MMFL. And then the issue is that sometimes somebody will be at the hospital who need the money urgently for a surgery or something.
Okay.
So if you are giving that period, mean that automatically you are also putting another person in danger. That is the reason why these things are not really considered.
Okay. No, because if you send money, you know, through a scam or whatever thing to another person, and then there needs to be a reversal of it, there should be a way around it, you know, so that the person will not be able to.
You know sometimes the money is from MMFL, Mobile Money Fintech Limited, and then the customer transfer or the fraudster transfer the money from MFL to another network.
Okay.
It becomes difficult for MMFL to really reverse the money at once.
Okay.
Meaning that they've used interoperability system to transfer the money. So you have to go back to the telco involved where the money has been transferred to, for them to reverse the money to the account which the money was before to the agent.
Wow, by then the person would have withdrawn the
money.
Wow. So Peter Gagnon, what a G is here, he's Deputy President or Vice President for the Mobile Money Advocacy Ghana. I keep saying association. Yes, MOMAG, and we're talking to them about the upcoming capacity building workshop for agents. The final one we'll touch on is on safety. We've had a lot of safety issues when it comes to mobile money agents being attacked here and there. Has it improved?
Yes.
I think it has. It's been a while I had, you know, any issue like that.
Yes, it has improved. I will say from all thanks to the IGP for them capping some of the robberies, and then I think recent one we heard of the agents actually shooting the robber, and then we were able to retrieve their money. So I think it has somehow improved when it comes to robbery. And I think this forum some also focuses on security. That is why we have Ghana Police on board. So they will also educate us on security measures and how to protect your funds, how to actually have concern about your life rather than your properties, just like IGP once mentioned. So if you are attacked, whatever valuables you have, if the robber needs it, just hand it over to them and then report it to the police, and then police will actually investigate, and if they are able to retrieve those items for you, to hand it to you.
I know some of the attacks have been during the daytime, but what times do you really ask your, or do you suggest to your members to wrap up for the day?
Okay, so mostly we advise based on the location of the agent. If you know your location, you don't have a lot of people around you, you should close as early as 5:30 to 6. But if you have stores and then other people who you think are okay, then 6:30 should be okay for a wrap up of the day.
Okay, 6:30, that should be a wrap. But for the safety of themselves, what do you suggest? Some, I know the agents are in a container, others just sit under umbrellas. What do you suggest would help, with the issue of security?
Right, so for table and umbrella, I think even MMFL is not approving it. So mobile money service has got to a time where we need to overgo that. For containers and then those in brick and mortar, I think that would not be enough. But we all are supposed to get CCTV cameras that can actually record all that the activities that are happening in the shop, so that should there be any of that, it can be recorded and then given to the police service for them to take actions. Okay, right. So that let's talk about the capacity building workshop. When is it happening? It's happening tomorrow. Give us more details on that. So the capacity building is happening on the 12th of August, which is tomorrow, Wednesday, and it's happening at Cedar Mountains Chapel International at Shiashi at 9 a.m. We begin the program. We have various prominent personnel and facilitators around who will be coming to teach us and also educate us more on security, to easy access to credible credits, and then educate us on insurances and also some form of securities that we need as mobile money agents in the country. Okay, right. So Peter Ganyo, if we've touched on everything, right, or you want to, there's any other thing you want to? I think before I go, I like to invite all agents across the country to this particular forum, and then it is not only limited to MOMAG members. Those who are not members, you can also come and learn. So those who are not registered they can contact us using our social media handles, or they can go to our Facebook and also TikTok to get the numbers and call us. And if they want to register, we actually register them into the association, so they also learn and be part of us. Right, Peter, thank you very much for your time. Peter Ganyo, what is Vice President of Mobile Money Advocacy Group Ghana, talking about the upcoming workshop tomorrow at the Cedar Mountain Chapel, right? Yes, that's at the Cedar Mountain Chapel, Assemblies of God, East Legon, or Shiashi, just around the Shiashi bus stop on your right. And the theme is amplifying impact, building a safe, trusted, and profitable agent network. Tomorrow 9 a.m. We'll bring you details of that. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll get into the conversation about what is happening at Agbogbloshie. But also, you remember that there was a lot of brouhaha about some deductions by the National Service, and a lot of Ghanaians, gave it to them, and they eventually stopped the deduction. I'm talking about NASPA. Well, we have an update on that, and that is from one of the gentlemen that we spoke to during that period about these deductions, and he's reverted and telling us that the National Service Authority has stopped the 60 cedis deduction for the allowance that they've been receiving from the allowance that was paid yesterday. There was no deduction of the 60 Ghana cedis, and they're saying that they're grateful that they've heeded to the calls and what they said to them, that they were going to stop the deductions. And so this is the latest on that with the payments that were made for national service personnel, the 60 cedis deduction was not done. The other thing now is the refunding of the 60 cedis from previous allowances that were deducted by NASPA. Right. So this is the update. We're taking a break. When we come back, there's more Young Good Afternoon Ghana.
The pulse of a nation, rising, unshaken. When the Black Stars take the world stage, we don't just play, we bring the storm. Fuel the dream. Support the Black Stars. Storm Energy Drink. Make your mark. Excessive drinking can be detrimental to health. Not recommended for persons under 18 years, lactating mothers, pregnant women, and people sensitive to caffeine. This advert is FDA approved.
Finding my dream apartment in just 2 days was a breeze with 7terragh.com. Looking for your next home, the perfect piece of land, or the best commercial property for your business? Are you worried about sending money home for property and finding nothing when you return? Well, worry no more. 7terragh.com is just a platform to find prime lands, perfect properties, or vibrant real estate development at the click of a button. 7terragh.com is your go-to property listing platform that allows you to register, list, rent, buy or sell, and connect with correct agents. With our AI-powered smart search, personalized dashboards, verified agent connection, and interactive property maps, all your property needs have been made easier. Check us out on 7terragh.com or contact us on 0302-998-246 or 0561 032 252. 7terragh.com, powered by MNC Properties.
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to a mammy mouthful. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so by a man swing, Nasasu Mama Hoto so a will bedroom.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Today's class is going to be an exciting one. Now, who can share an unforgettable moment in their life? Okay, Atempa.
I'd like to talk about my first time. It was her natural look, complemented by her favorite green silky apparel that caught my attention. I have to say, she automatically possessed me with her smile, which exposed her beautiful white teeth. That's not all. Her enduring signature perfume could be smelled from afar. Madam, why do you look so surprised? My first time with her was special and irresistible. I'm talking about Cindy Rice. Cindy Rice can be found in selected supermarkets nationwide.
Cindy Rice, sweet aroma, great taste. This advert is FDA approved.
We're kicking your year off
in all her glory
with more, because we got you. You get it? You know that we got kicks, we got scores, we got action, we got roars.
It's my specialty.
We got drama, we got fun. We got more for everyone, with an upgrade on us just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
Right, welcome back from the break. We are now getting into that controversial, it's a scandal now, $1 million bribery scandal, as we know it, with respect to the former managing director of TOR, Kweku Asante Beko, who's been involved in this role in that bribery scandal. Now, according to the details as we have seen, a lot more people are said to be part of this. But really, what does this mean for our energy sector? Does it mean that's a space where such things are rife, such things going on? Let's speak to Benjamin Insia, I beg your pardon, Benjamin Boache is with the Africa Center for Energy Policy, and he joins us via Zoom. Good evening. I beg your pardon. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for joining us here on the program. And for ASEP, they're saying that they have noticed, or they have always, known that there was something wrong with this particular AXA Energy deal, and so we would get to them in a bit. But let's take a look at this on the screen. This is from the former Power Minister, Dr. Kwabena Donkor, who released a statement through his lawyers yesterday. And if you look at it, it says that our client instructs us in very crystal clear language that he has absolutely no knowledge about the allegations linked to him. He completely and emphatically denies any knowledge of a request or demand for any money as alleged. Our client accepts that he was the relevant minister at the time material. This is a matter of public record. For our client also admits that the state, through the then ministry, the Ministry of Power, negotiated with AXA Energy for the generation of electric power in Ghana during the relevant period. This was at the time when the country was going through the worst phase of what came to be termed as doom. So it was a time of extreme power emergency when the country experienced extreme load shedding. The statement from the Power Ministry, it continues that he further instructs that during the course of this negotiation, a technical team from all the electric power stakeholders in the country was sent to Istanbul, Turkey, to inspect the equipment which was to generate the required electricity in Ghana. This was and is the regular practice of pre-shipment inspection. 6, according to our client, at no point in the course of this negotiation did he once set eyes on the said Mr. Asante Beko, nor has he since. In very plain language, our client states very strongly and unambiguously that he has never met Mr. Asante Beko all his life. He never discussed any personal benefit of any value whatsoever with Mr. Asante Beko or any other person for that matter. He never authorized any person to discuss any such matters on his behalf. Right, so that was a statement that was released by the lawyers of former Power Minister Dr. Kwabena Donkor about this scandal from 2014 to 2015. And as we're working the lines to connect to Benjamin Boache of ASEP, they're actually calling for a review of the agreement of AXA Energy following the conviction of the former top boss, that is Kweku Asante Beko, in the United States. Now, there were a number of charges related to bribery scheme involving the Ghanaian government, of course, the officials, to secure approvals for the power plant project involving AXA Energy. I would take you through some of the statements of the findings from the, from the United States, and would connect with Benjamin Insia. Yes, Benjamin Insia. He will join us very soon. He's the Executive Director for the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy, and he will join us via Zoom in a bit. But let me take you through what we've seen, or we have so far, regarding this scandal. Right, so these are the allegations in terms of the bribes that were told went out to Ghanaian officials. We know, as we're told, that $500,000 was the first bribe wire. That was in April 2015. That is from Turkey to Ghana via New York. The second wire of money was $1.5 million in May 2015, the same day the senior officials signed the deal. So it just gives, code names, not exactly mentioning people who did, these acts, but just the names or code names that we can actually, look at. Now, the next one was $5,000 each that was paid to about 5 officials flown to Turkey to inspect equipment on top of flights and hotels. $140,000 was later reimbursement settlement wire, and this is the specific count in charge 2, as you'd know that. And then the itemized bribe list. This is interesting. The breakdown of funds in August 2015, as found in the email. PURC, $20,000. A named Ghanaian official took $10,000. MOP Girls, as is the code name, Ministry of Power staff, $20,000. Power team, $25,000. Gridco engineers, $20,000. Parliament, $30,000. And the email said that Parliament was all paid by Kweku Asante Beko, the former MD for Tama Oil Refinery. Travel and visas for the Turkey trip was about $45,000 to $50,000. And Asante Beko's own cut was $35,000. So these are the breakdowns, or this is the breakdown of the bribes, as we're told, were given out to some Ghanaian officials in this particular scandal. And that is it. The document from court regarding this particular issue. And so we'll be connecting with Benjamin Insia in a bit and speak to him. I beg your pardon, earlier I mentioned Benjamin Boache, but rather Benjamin Insia that we'll be speaking to in a bit. And this issue has brought up a lot of conversations. Yesterday on Newsnight, we spoke to, that is Adam Senano, on what this means for us as a country when it comes to corruption. And I'll just read some portions of the statements from court regarding this particular issue. Now, it says that there's relevant entities and individuals, as you see here, that U.S. financial institution. Now, U.S. financial institution was a global investment banking, securities and investment management firm incorporated in Delaware and headquartered in New York. Now, the institution conducted its activities globally, primarily through various subsidiaries and affiliated, that is, entities. So it goes on and talks about other relevant entities, and this includes Turkish Energy Company and so forth. It talks about Ghana Consulting Company 1, Consulting Company 2, and there's also co-conspirator 1. That was a Ghanaian national and director of the Ghana Consulting Company 1 during this relevant period. Co-conspirator 2, co-conspirator 3, co-conspirator 4, and so forth and so on. So it continues there. And it says that about and between December 2014 and March 2017, the defendant Asante Kweku Beko, with the intent to benefit himself and at least in part U.S. financial institution, among others, conspired with others to make corrupt payments to government officials in Ghana to obtain and retain business from the Republic of Ghana that would benefit the business interest of Beko, U.S. financial institution, Turkish Energy Company, and others. Beko and others also conspired to launder money in and through financial systems in the U.S. and elsewhere to promote their unlawful bribery scheme. These laundered funds were used, among other ways, to pay bribes to obtain and retain business for Beko, U.S. financial institution, and Turkish Energy Company. Continues that during the relevant period, the defendant Asante Kweku Beko was a member of the team at U.S. financial institution that was responsible for securing and managing a deal between U.S. financial institutions' client, Turkish Energy company and the Republic of Ghana to build and provide financing for the power plant. It continues that to build the power plant, Turkish Energy Company needed to secure a power purchase agreement or emergency power agreement with the Republic of Ghana, and securing an EPA required approvals from certain Ghanaian officials and government entities, including, among other things, the approval and signature of the senior Ghana official, as well as executive cabinet and parliamentary approval. So this is where it all stems from. From this document that I'm reading from, it also required approval from Ghana Grid Company Limited, that is GridCo, an entity wholly owned by the Republic of Ghana, and the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PRC, a Ghanaian regulatory body overseen by the president. Now, the defendant and his co-conspirators agreed that co-conspirator 1, co-conspirator 4, and others would pay bribes to Ghanaian officials to obtain the necessary approvals for the plant. To continue with this document, and this is a lot of revelation from this. So it continues that the defendant, Kweku Asante Beku, and his co-conspirators further agreed to seek reimbursement from these bribes from Turkish Energy Company by issuing false invoices for consultancy services purportedly provided by Ghana Consulting Company 2, which were then paid by Turkish Energy Company and its parent, Turkish Holding Company, from bank accounts in Turkey to bank accounts in Ghana through the financial system of the US. And it continues that the defendants, Asante Kweku Beku, and his co-conspirators, including co-conspirator 1 and conspirator 2, also plan to obtain continuing payments from Turkish Energy Company after they assisted Turkish Energy Company with corruptly securing the EPA through a services contract between Ghana Consulting Company 1 and either Turkish Energy Company or the Turkish Holding Company. So it goes on and on and on, breaking down everything as we have seen here. So we're still trying to connect with Benjamin Isia, and when he comes on, we will connect with them on this particular scandal that is brewing. A lot of people are looking at what is going to happen with this. Over the weekend, the Deputy Attorney General, Justice Shremsai, put on his Facebook page that the Attorney General is working closely with his counterparts in the U.S. to try and fish out, Ghanaian officials involved in this bribery scandal. And the NPP is also urging the relevant authorities to make sure that they grab anybody involved in this particular scandal. The NPP has been speaking about that. I don't know if we could play that, but if not, we're going to take a break, and when we have Benjamin Shah, we'll connect with them, but also we'll tell you what is happening at Agbogbloshie, because we know that the AMA has given a month notice to some traders in some parts of the Agbogbloshie area that they need to move out to make way for a 24-hour economy market. And this part of Agbogbloshie is referred to as the Enzima market, and that is where has been earmarked for the construction of a 24-hour economy market. My colleague Nana Kwesikwetia was there earlier this morning. He will join us with what he saw at the market and some of the sights and sounds from the market also. So stay with us here on Good Afternoon Ghana. I'll be back shortly.
Welcome to GH Schools, your #1 training institute that offers practical-based tuition in media and a variety of skill acquisition-related areas. At GH Media School, we offer journalism and media studies, journalism and media arts, TV and film production, and multimedia production. Also, you are assured of the best beauty training with GH Cosmetology School. We offer training in massage and body therapy, makeup artistry, hair technology. Realize your dream of becoming an astute fashion designer with GH Fashion School. Here, we offer training in bridal wear, suits, ladies and men's wear, children's wear, and millinery. Do you have the interest of preparing sumptuous and tasty foods that meets local and international standards? Then GH Catering School is the best place for you. We offer training in cookery, pastry and beverage production, events decoration, and hotel management. Be abreast with the current technological trends as you train with GH Technology School. We offer computer systems, hardware and software, CCTV installation, home security, and many more. GH Schools makes available well-equipped studios and workstations to give our learners the practical and industrial standard experience during tuition. Hostel facilities are also available. Instant admission is in progress. Register now. Purchase your admission forms online on Locate us at Achimota Abofu Junction, opposite the Shell filling station. You can also contact us on 0544 622 250, 0577 622 250, 0204 622 250, and 0277 622 250. GH Schools. We say train, practice, achieve.
Right, so we know that the AMA, as I mentioned earlier, has given a month notice to some traders at a portion of the Agbogboloshie market to move out, and that is to make way for a 24-hour economy market. My colleague Nana Kwesi visited the area this morning and has filed this report. So let's take a look at the report, and we understand the traders are not happy about the decision to convert some portions of the market into a 24-hour economy market. So let's take that report from Nana Kwesi, and then we'll speak to him as he joins us here to tell us what he observed.
Agbogboloshie Market remains one of Accra's busiest commercial hubs, with the Konkomba Market serving as a major center for yam trading. But plans to convert portions of the market into a designated 24-hour economy market have sparked concerns among traders. Some traders have been asked to vacate areas earmarked for the project, a move that has left many unhappy and questioning the process. The chairman of the Konkomba Market tells Metro TV that traders were not adequately consulted before the decision was taken, and says they should have been given the opportunity to contribute their ideas to the project.
Market na kasano ye nimse ombe bibiwa.
In the market, how was the feeling like?
Na nyede.
Enyamode, ade enyamode.
Na say yeah, nim the NTA almost 24-hour economy
market. Now some of your market never bomb.
Oh, almost every boy been better here the boy.
How sure say what him say bomb?
And Usha ya buy any 24-hour economy no and me marching.
It's a 24-hour economy idea, no market economy, no. And your idea, GD say, a bit to me working with Senator Mujimo.
Oh, that be me working.
And to me,
we are not happy because the communication is not done well. They have not sat with us and told us how they want to do it.
Okay.
How they want to, if it to be go with our market. We sell yam here, we sell other foodstuffs here. So the 24-hour economy that they are bringing here, at least if we sat here with, like we are sitting here with you, and you give it information and tell us exactly what you want to do. We see what we'll see if it will match. Then if there are any ideas that will contribute, that will help. Because there are, if 24-hour economy, what are you bringing? But we here we sell yam. If you say yes, we are going to even the marking and then taking portion of it.
Okay.
How large is how large is much portion are they going to take from us? Are they going to replace it with other people? First of all, this market has been here for long and it's took. So if you say you take a portion of it, That's the fear.
You understand the 24-hour?
I don't understand. I understand it a bit, but what they are going to do here, I don't know exactly what they are going to do here.
But then they actually got a portion and told the people to leave.
That is what it was at the end of the day. Later on, that they are bringing this information to us. So the communication, I heard it on Thursday by the chairman himself. Maybe they had a meeting once or twice.
That's last week Thursday.
That's right.
Yes.
So we don't know if they have come to say this is what we want to do. Your market has been here for long. At least want to give it a facelift, and then maybe it can match with what we are bringing here.
Okay.
Then we would have spoken among ourselves, taken ideas, and say this is what they are bringing.
Our team also spoke to some disgruntled traders who expressed their concerns about the development and shared their views on the government's approach to the 24-hour economy initiative.
Mama, any demo, Oma, and Unia Mamo, Onana Moyesra, any dear Quanso. Yenimsa, baby, Abba, or Bois. 24 economists now by any patcho, yes, sir, any dear Quanso. And now also be 2 years free animal. Me pacho, Ediana Ebedi. Send ye by a ma. Yes, is why I bay, ye need maybe a dibayana, I turn in your bidi fayema. Then also the Ubuhanum. Now, won't to yano. I yoma. Abamba, ababy, abba. No to my own, no one to my own, be a yoma, and yes, row. So 24 economists now the banner part, 20 dem quans, yes, row pa. Yani yama, a hana ye didi. Mubesi uncle woo, and I any day. Yama go school. A higher na yeto adesha yama. Yes, NDC. Now more bad and more mobile.
This is how the Konkoma market at Agbogbloshie operates on a daily basis. You can see the yam sellers. They are about their business on a daily basis right here. They are disgruntled. They are not happy at all about the situation of the 24-hour market. Majority of the traders that we spoke to do not understand the 24-hour market. And their big question is, why are they not having a sit down with them to explain the concept to them, for them to understand, and then find ways to help each other so that they can carry on with their daily activities? This is Nana Kwesi reporting for Metro News.
Right, so the reports by Nana Kwesi there from the Agbogbloshie market, and we'll speak to him in a bit and we'll get some reactions from him as he spoke to the traders there, and we'll get into that conversation in a bit. Kwesi, welcome back from the market. I saw the conversation that you had with the members of the market. So they're saying that they are not aware?
Yeah, they're not aware. Apart from the fact that I think the chairman has been spoken to, and he actually told some of the members a couple of days after. So majority of them are not aware, but then after the chairman spoke to them, they started to realize that, okay, if they really want us to, move away from there, they could have sat down with us, have a conversation with us, then we could know our way forward. But then your trainers are way to where? This is their big question also.
Do hold on for me. Let me get on to the phone lines and speak to that is Michael Ochebefi. He is MP for New Jobin South, and he joins us on phone. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for your time here. We've had a lot of news about the 24-hour economy market from other areas, the demolition of some structures to make way for the market. The latest one is from Agbogbloshie, where some portions of the land, as we're told, will be used for the markets, and traders are being asked to leave there by the end of August and will be relocated to another place. That's what the assembly says. What do you make of this, initiative? Hello, sir. Honorable Befi. Okay, so we are not able to connect with him. So we just wanted to get his reaction on the Honorable Befi. Are you able to hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us here on Good Afternoon Ghana. So I'm asking your thoughts about this because we're seeing this happening across the country. Some buildings are being demolished to make way for the building of this market and now Agbogbloshie?
So thanks so much for the opportunity. So I just wanted to make one thing clear.
Right.
Let us just put all that is happening now into real perspective.
Okay.
The point is that let us establish this fact that the 24-hour market is not 24-hour economy, or it's not part of the 24-hour economy. This must be established. And this must be established now, not tomorrow. That the 24-hour economy the government preached before winning is not part or doesn't include the 24-hour market. Okay. So now, after this has been established, let me now go on to the substantive issue.
Well, that's what they also put in the 24-hour economy market.
So it is intentional. What the government is doing is just intentional, just to frustrate and mislead Ghana. What they want to, that's simply what they want to do, because they have failed, or they are clearly they have not been able to fulfill their promise. So they are trying to use the 24-hour market, which is an afterthought policy, to cover up for the 24-hour economy. Because you promised that you were bringing 24-hour economy, preached it very well. You came to Parliament, we passed a bill for you to set up the secretariat. We also passed the policy for you. So now the 24-hour secretariat and the concept of infrastructure have been set up. Now we are waiting for the implementation of the policy. The policy hasn't come. All of a sudden, we had government going across the country, demolishing already existing projects. In the name of trying to build 24-hour market. 24-hour market for what? 24-hour market for what? And what's the essence of 24-hour market? And what does it fall or come in? In the 24-hour economic concept. Clearly, it is completely out of place, and it doesn't work, or is not consistent with the law that has been established and what we call the 24-hour economy. So let me just say that I know what the government wants to do, and I'm telling Ghanaians, it's clear that government has failed. They want to now use this to cover their shame. So they say they want to set up 24-hour market. And in setting up the market, what you saw what happened in Nzema, a whole structure that was built was put down to set up a market. And that place is not even a busy place. So when you set up a 24-hour market, the assumption is that you are even setting up the market at a place where business is brisk, where people can go and come even late at night. But when you go to Fanchibra, when you go to Chinkwanta, and you go and set up 24-hour economy market, 24-hour market in Chinkwanta, where the people sleep at 6 or 7, who will be there to conduct business at night? Nobody will be there. So clearly it's out of place, and that is why I think that what they are doing, demolition, is completely not in order, and they have to cease now, not tomorrow.
And for you in Parliament, I'm part of the Trade Committee in Parliament. You're saying that there's not been an understanding to you on what this 24-hour market, as we're putting it in context to you. There's not been an understanding from the committee on what government wants to do with this.
So no, it's not about understanding. I'm the ranking member of the committee. It's not about understanding. It is something that they are doing, that they want to bring it to cover their shame. That's the point I'm making to you. Because you promised to our economy, and you promise that when you win elections, the 24-hour economy will take off immediately. What they call the Formula 133, it will take off immediately. So that's what we're expecting. Now, not knowing that the 24-hour economy they are talking about is just a cut and paste of 1D1F. It's just a replica of 1D1F, and because they just want to bring a policy, they brought that. And now they can't implement it, the policy. And knowing that they can't implement it, they just sat down in their rooms and decided to, okay, let us come up with a program, something that can be done easily. And so let's do market. And let's name the market 24-hour market. 24-hour market for where? Can it work everywhere in the country? That's the question we have to ask. So it is 24-hour economy. It's a private sector-led initiative, not a government sector-led initiative. Read the preamble of the law or the policy that established the 24-hour economy. It's a private sector-led initiative. It's not a government sector business. So the 24-hour market that is going on is just to cover shame Government is ashamed of itself. They want something to cover up so that when they finish, they will go around the country and propagate and broadcast these lies to Ghanaians that they have started the 24-hour economy with the coming into force of the 24-hour market. And I'm saying to you that it is not part of the whole arrangement. The 24-hour market is a different thing altogether. It's an afterthought and doesn't fall anywhere with the 24-hour economy.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Michael Chibefi is Member of Parliament for New Job in South and a member of the Trade Industry and Tourism. He's a ranking member on that committee. We will be speaking to Nana Poku. He's General Secretary for Traders Advocacy Group. He'll be joining us. Okay, he's actually on Zoom now. Let's speak to him. Nana Poku, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. So, this 24-hour economy market, this is what government says they want to do. Agbogbloshie is next. Say the assembly says that they are relocating some of the traders to another spot to make way for the market. Do you know about this? As traders, how do you feel about it? Hello, Nana Poku. Hello? Okay, right, so we're connecting to Nana Poku in a bit. Nana Poku, if you can hear me, I'm asking for you as traders how you feel about this initiative. Okay, we'll connect with them in a bit, but so when you spoke to them, what did they say to you was their knowledge about this 24-hour market?
Sincerely, they have no idea what it is. And then according to them, they do export and so on in the evenings, and during the day they run their yam, selling and so on. But then what they are saying is, you already know that we've been here for 40 plus years. This is the business that we do. We do it on a daily basis. So even if you're coming to run a marketplace over here, which you have named 24-hour, you could have a sit down with us so that we can also show you what we do on a daily basis over here. And even in the evening, when it comes to like exporting the yams to other countries and so on. But none of this has...
let's hold on and try and connect again with Nana Poku. Nana Poku, please, are you able to hear me now? Okay. I guess we'd have to talk to him via phone now because we're not able to connect with him on Zoom. So they're saying that they were hoping that they would be brought into the whole initiative.
Yes.
But the assembly says that they engaged their leaders.
No, even if you engage the leaders, there are individuals that own shops over there and so on. You don't engage the leaders, and then all of a sudden, what the traders that trade on a daily basis come to see as you have marked their, their shops, that all these areas are going to be taken away when they've not been fully, told about how things are going to go. Because they've got to be part of the conversation. You just can't speak to the leaders of that area, because most of the traders over there have a certain authority over some of the traders over there. And through this, the chairman and then the rest of the executive committee run their organization through them to see how things are done over there. So you just can't just call the chairman and then you tell the chairman just to tell the people that, okay, from this day you should vacate the place and so on. But then what they are even asking is, we should vacate to where? Where have you given us? Because this is where we work. We're able to feed, pay for the fees of our children, pay our rent, and then also, live life just like a normal Ghanaian. And none of this is happening. So where is the direction? They are disappointed, and they are saying that they voted massively for the current government, and they did not expect the current government to take them on this journey. That's what they're saying.
Okay, right. Because, getting the news, the AMA, through its mayor, that is Michael Bakbo, or the mayor of Accra, Michael Bakbalote, says that they had had an engagement with the Ghana Traditional Council, chiefs of Fadama, leadership of the Yam Market, the Nzima Market, Agbogbloshie Market, to discuss the redevelopment of the area, and that is the 24-hour economy market. And they're being told that they would be relocated to designated areas. But let's connect again with Nana Poku. He's on phone now. Nana, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. So I'm asking you about this market. How are you excited about it?
So how are we excited about this? The AMA boss is still not actually getting the concept of 24-hour economy, yet they brought it on board. What is relocating market women to different satellite markets makes 24-hour economy relevant? To ask traders, 24-hour economy is a concept. It is not something that has been earmarked to pinpoint certain aspects of the economy. No. If it were to be a book, that is the title of the book. But when you go to the content of the book, it has different topics. That is 24-hour economy in our, or to our understanding, right? But for him,
they want to run the policy through the market, so that's why they want to build the market, 24-hour economy market.
No, are you hearing me, sir?
Right, I can hear you, sir.
Yeah. If you say 24-hour economy, it's not relocating people to satellite markets. That makes it 24-hour economy. I am telling you our understanding of the 24-hour economy as a policy.
Okay.
For them, it looks political to them. For us, it is a concept that is almost like a book being written, and the title is called 24-hour economy. And its content may be part of redeveloping the market sectors. All right? So, now, let us see Accra, for instance. Accra is choked. But if you check, or if the feasibility study that we have done, if proper structures are being put together, I bet you, my friend, that we can put all these people inside instead of them being on the street. You enter the market, you see that there are a lot of space, a lot of development land that could be put to purpose to accommodate everybody in or outside the market. But this is the situation whereby when even they are developing these markets, the structures they put in there are completely useless. It takes very few people, and the rest, where do you want them to go? And if you relocate them to satellite market, then maybe they will bounce back. They will be back onto the streets because they feel those satellite markets are not popular enough, and people might still be coming to Accra to do business. You see, this is where these executives that government have appointed should engage the trading public, and for that matter, the heads of trading organizations, for us to give them a proper insight of what can be done. Because, my brother, we have traveled wide and we've seen what other governments are doing to curtail situations like what we have at hand right now. Because you go to a country like China, the market has been structured. Government can collect its taxes, all the relevant taxes that the people need to be paid. People can be located and it will be taken. These are some of the things that they should bring on board within the 24-hour content, which the government has titled, and it is being written in the different policy content, right? So we are urging them that they are rewriting what has been done over the years, and they are doing it same again. This concept they are bringing in is nothing new. If you want me to pinpoint it right, it's nothing new. You understand?
Okay. So, again, I am saying that the government says the market is one that will, help in the propagation of their 24-hour economy policy, as we all understand, in that context. Now, they want to put up a new market, So for me, the basis, and that's what my colleague Yananako Security has spoke to the traders. You know, some of them say they do not understand entirely what is happening with the 24-hour economy market that the assembly or the government wants to put up. But in all fairness, if the government says they're going to put up this market, do you think it will bring anything spectacular? Would it change anything regarding how business is done at Agbogbloshie or in other areas?
Look, my brother, it is incumbent on government to develop. This, it doesn't call for OCA for them, right? They are there to solve problems. And the problems we currently have at hand can be solved. And if by this policy they feel a new market should be put up, definitely they should consult why. They shouldn't make it political, because what I've seen from this current administration is they always leave a landmark. Whenever they come and they are going, you will see that this infrastructure were put there by this administration. They've done so before. What we are telling them is that this shouldn't be politicized. They should consult why, and we will give them the insight that is needed. They don't need place right now. They have a problem at hand. Come and see where I'm sitting right now. That beside roadside by roadside, you can see people struggling to get a space to do business so that government can realize taxes. Now, GRA cannot expand the tax net because people cannot be located. Are you getting it?
Right.
So what we are saying is that we should be consulted and engaged so that we give them the rightful blueprint what to do. It shouldn't be political at all. It's a situation whereby this government must solve.
Okay. Can you do business for 24 hours at Agbogbloshie?
You see, Ghanaian journalists, sometimes I have headaches of you. I have already informed you or let you know that the 24-hour economy is a concept.
No,
it is like writing a book.
I am asking you that can the market work 24 hours as the government wants it to work?
If proper infrastructure is put down, why not? I can come to work around 10 p.m. in the night. When I close in the morning, somebody can take over. Why not? But let us not situate the 24 concept like that. It is not practically to say you have to work overnight. That is not it. They are understanding. Even those who brought it, they don't even explain it very well. It is a title. It is a title of a policy. The policy has content. And we should deal with the content, what is in there. Do you understand?
Right.
Yeah, those that even brought it, they can't even explain it. But we have sat down and have gone into it, and we understand it better than them. Because when they were writing their, what do you call it? During the political season, they come up with manifesto. We were caught. At that time, the vice president, the current Mr. Mensah, and the former NHIS boss was there, and a former Bank of Ghana was there. We told them a lot of things. And these guys want to bring it on board. We shouldn't be left out as market leaders, as traders leaders, so that we will be able to tell them what to do right, so that it will be a stagnant thing for the nation, not only to a political party, right?
Right. So, Nana, as we wrap up on this is it. We'll see a lot of them happening in a lot of assemblies, a lot of places across the country. What do we do? Because at this point, traders cannot do anything. They'll just be asked to leave buildings already being pulled down, demolished for this market to make way. Is there anything you'd want to do to draw the attention of government on why this needs to be properly, consulted before it is done? Hello, Nana Poku.
Right? You cannot replicate building markets in all the 16 regions. That makes the 24-hour concept a concept to, remember. But there are areas, you don't need this. You don't need this. You don't need any redevelopment in terms of market. There are areas that need, you go to Techiman, right? These are the areas that need this development. There are areas in the country you don't need, the status quo must have to remain. But areas where you can easily expand and also make the market more vibrant, areas like Techiman, areas like some regions in the country, I don't have my records with me, but in appropriate time when I come to the studio, I'm coming, come with all these and share with Ghanaians what the government can direct the 24-hour concept in doing.
If you're able to come in studio tomorrow, would appreciate that, or later this week, so we can really tackle this issue. But for now, thank you very much for speaking to us. Nana Poku is General Secretary of the Traders Advocacy Group. Share with us his thought on what's happening with the 24-hour economy market. We'll be speaking to Benjamin Isenabate, Executive Director for the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energies on Zoom. But Nana, there's a final one on this issue. They believe that more consultation needs to be done.
Yeah, that's what they think. And a lot of them are even creating, or they are alleging that even the markets that's going to be built, it's not going to go to them. Yes, they think that there are people that will be given the market and not them. So they are not really even happy about the whole thing. They just want the explanation of the concept and then a sit down. That's what they're asking.
Nana Kwesi, thank you very much for bringing us the updates from Agbogboloshi. Let's get back to our earlier conversation on that is the $1 million bribery scandal, as we have it about this Aska Energy deal. And Benjamin is on Zoom. Benjamin, thank you very much for your time. Really had to speak to you on this one before we wrap up on the show. But here we are. Does this go to say that a lot of these things are happening in the energy sector?
Yes. This conviction and revelation in the U.S. courts confirms our position that historically most of the power purchase agreements have been overestimated. They've been over-bloated, or in a better way, bloated. And for that matter, the Ghanaian electricity end user has been paying for some of these unwanted costs added on by some of these deals that happen in the sector.
So this calls for maybe a review of the processes to get some of these things done?
Yes, it does. It calls for a disclosure of all agreements from 2013, and also review of all agreements from that era, because some of the agreements were not to be rushed. They ought to have not been emergency agreements, because at the time we were signing some of them, we had an excess capacity of about 48%. For example, if we take the AXA contract signed in 2015, our excess capacity, even in terms of dependable capacity, was 48%. So the import of making it an emergency power purchase agreement is even questionable, because at the time, even if our reserve margin was around 20%, it means that there was still an excess of 20 that could have supplied the country or kept the country stable in 2016, 2017 before signing new contracts. So the rush of it also raises a lot of questions. Aside the rush, I also think that the price of it also raises a lot of questions, and not only AXA, because if you look at the capacity charges of Sen Power and then Car Power, inclusive of AXA, I think that more reviews must be done on all these contracts And then if the need be for further cutting down or scaling down some of these capacity charges, we do to save some money for the good people of Ghana.
Right, and the details that, I even read out this afternoon that we've all seen, looks like the whole chain from the top to the down, if anything has to happen, everybody is involved in that. How do we solve that?
So I think we can solve that by instituting some legal framework with respect to signing of some of these contracts, especially anti-corruption acts or laws within our power sector to deter some of these gatekeepers from engaging in these kinds of deals, because the lack of it also raises question of how we'll be able to penalize them or even impose certain sanctions on some of these activities they engage in. So I think that by law we'll be able to address this. The second, in terms of addressing this issue, also has to do with disclosures. I think transparency is also key. We must begin to be transparent with some of these contracts so that the Ghanaian may also review and peruse and contribute to ensuring value for money for the ordinary Ghanaian. And three, which I think the ministry itself has alluded to, that is also to ensure that contract signing is through open competitive tendering. I think that when we allow more to participate, it helps us to get a company that will serve us quality in terms of generation and also give us competitive price, and that helps stabilize the prices locally. If you're able to do any of these three, I think that we'll be able to address some of these challenges. However, historically, we must go back to history, and then if we find any of these gentlemen or any of these gatekeepers, I should say, responsible or being influenced in any act to pass that particular contract or accept that contract, I think law must deal with them.
Already the former Power Minister, Dr. Kwabena Donkor, says that he has no knowledge about this scandal. He's not met Kweku Asante Berko and all of that. And of course, the political inferences to this particular scandal. The MPP is calling for action on this. Yoko has released a statement on this also. You believe this could be looked at to the very end?
Yes, I think, but also, even though state investigators are doing their best, I think this investigation should have come earlier because the OSP's office had prior knowledge of this activity taking place in America. And for that matter, the OFC may also have prior knowledge of most of these beneficiaries in these allegations. So OFC ought to have started investigating this matter before it comes to bear to the Ghanaian public. Unfortunately, they failed us. So what it simply means is that all our gatekeepers are failing us, and we hope Yoko doesn't do the same. Yoko must be up to task to ensure that if actually some gatekeepers benefited for that, and that benefit influenced their decisions to put this contract as an emergency contract and sign it within the shortest possible time, I think that those gatekeepers must be brought to book.
Right. So, well, Yoko states when they say that they are taking the time to investigate, to ensure that investigations are properly grounded in evidence and conducted lawfully. So we'll see how that goes. But for the energy space, this is a very huge blow, a test for Ghana in this sense. What would be your concluding remarks on this with respect to all other stakeholders in the energy space?
I think that gatekeepers must always take the interest of Ghanaians into some of these contract decisions. And because the lack of that responsibility on their part is the reason why the Ghanaian continues to pay higher tariffs as well as pay some levies on petroleum products to address these energy sector challenges in terms of its financial challenges. So if they renege on their responsibilities, as we are made to believe they've done in this case, it is always going to worsen the power sector, and that is not good for the industrialization and growth of this particular country.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon, Benjamin Insia, there speaking to us about this $1 million bribery scandal from 2014 to 2017, as I was reading earlier, the fact of the case to you. But we'll be keen on this. As I mentioned, the Yoko released a statement. The Attorney General is working closely with his counterparts in the U.S. to try and fish out all those involved in this. The NPP is calling for action on this to be investigated, and Guineans who are involved in this should be, made to face the law and all of that. We'll see how this goes, but this is a very big test for Ghana in the energy sector and what happens in there. So we'll bring you more details on this. But this will wrap up on the show. Many thanks for joining us on the program today. Good afternoon, Ghana. Log on to www.metrotvonline.com for more news. And a happy birthday to Ray. Ray is the manager of gospel artist Scott Evans, and he's the director and GBC. Happy birthday to you, Ray. God bless you on this birthday. Just put up a party, call me, and I will be there. My name is Desmond Okreku Dance. Many thanks for watching. Good afternoon, Ghana. We're back at 7 p.m. with Newsnight. Bye-bye.
Metro TV. Insightful and inspiring moments.
Welcome to GH Schools, your #1 training institute that offers practical-based tuition in media and a variety of skill acquisition-related areas. At GH Media School, we offer journalism and media studies, journalism and media arts, TV and film production, and multimedia production. Also, you are assured of the best beauty training with GH Cosmetology School. We offer training in massage and body therapy, makeup artistry, hair technology. Realize your dream of becoming an astute fashion designer with GH Fashion School. Here, we offer training in bridal wear, suits, ladies and men's wear, children's wear, and millinery. Do you have the interest of preparing sumptuous and tasty foods that meet local and international standards? Then, GH Catering School is the best place for you. We offer training in cookery, pastry and beverage production, events decoration, and hotel management. Be abreast with the current technological trends as you train with GH Technology School. We offer computer systems, hardware and software, CCTV installation, home security, and many more. GH Schools makes available well-equipped studios and workstations to give our learners the practical and industrial standard experience during tuition. Hostel facilities are also available. Instant admission is in progress. Register now. Purchase your admission forms online on Locate us at Achimota Abofu Junction, opposite the Shell filling station. You can also contact us on 0544 622 250, 0577 622 250, 0204 622 250, and 0277 622 250. GH Schools. We say train, practice, achieve.
Chicken. Yeah, you know what to do. Parents, guardians, your Saturdays are about to be beautiful, exciting, and entertaining on Metro TV. You are going to enjoy what is called massive home entertainment with funny face. I am back again, children. We are about to celebrate in your schools. We are about to dance in your schools. We are about to do everything we'll do in your schools. You will enjoy, I will enjoy, neighbors will enjoy. Everybody will enjoy. Children, be ready. We are going to do chicken, cow and chicken, cow and you just flap your armpit, open it, flap it, open, flap. Yeah. You see me in your school, you just open your armpit and you flap it. Chicken, that's all. You know what to do, my brother.
Time with the Children's President, coming soon on Metro TV.
From finding your dream home to building a legacy for your family, the Homeowner Show has been your trusted guide.
How sure are you what you're getting is the right land? And it has to do with searches, land commission, checking social planning authority, checking everything to make sure that what you are buying is not a problem or a challenge prone transaction.
The stress of even not owning a house and constantly
coughing up to rent is a big issue.
Join me, Hannah Atiasi, and my distinguished panelists as we delve into exciting conversations. Season 3 of The Homeowner Show, every Saturday at 6 p.m., only on Metro TV. Don't just own a house, build a legacy for your family.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
Displacement in the context of climate change is not about people moving from A to B. It's about loss.
Climate refugees, stories of loss. A global challenge that affects us all. How do we deal with it? Climate Refugees starts August 22nd on DW.
This is DW News and these are our top stories. The death toll from a powerful earthquake on the Pacific coast of Colombia has risen to more than 100. Rescuers are desperately searching the rubble of collapsed buildings for survivors of the 7.4 magnitude quake. Some 1,600 buildings were reported damaged or destroyed. Colombia's new president has declared a state of emergency. Russia's Supreme Court has barred the only political party opposed to Russia's invasion of Ukraine from the upcoming parliamentary elections. The court annulled the registration of the Yabloko party after an appeal from a pro-Kremlin party. Yabloko has faced mounting pressure as the Kremlin intensifies its crackdown on dissent. Libyan authorities said a drone attack by unknown assailants set a major gasoline storage tank on fire. It's the third attack in recent days on the refinery in Zawiya, Libya's largest in operation. Two rival governments are vying for control of Libya's oil reserves, which are the largest in Africa.